Hey everybody, back to part two with our The Juice, Rise and Shine. This is the juice where we get into what Tatiana's doing, her career, aspirations, everything. So this is this part. So my first question for you is, you're an art fashion designer. What is that for people who don't know what that is?
Well, I'm an artist 1st. So I started off with canvas and wood art and glass art, and I started painting on my clothes. So that's what art fashion design means. So I put actual art on pieces of clothes.
Piece of clothing.
And when I call it art custom, is when I do, like, I take apart a denim jacket or take apart a sweatshirt and put it back together in a different kind of way, whatever my clients and I have discussed, to make something really fresh and cool. So it's a one of a kind piece.
Okay.
So art fashion is literally just art design on fashion.
Okay. Now, do you go and like pick clothes? Like, how do you choose what clothes you're going to do the design on?
So it just depends. Sometimes I actually make a denim jacket out of just denim in different pieces. I might actually buy a roll of denim, or I'll use old pieces of denim from different places. Sometimes you can catch me in the Salvation Army picking up different pieces of denim to put together and bleach and all kind of stuff. And then sometimes you can catch me in Louis Vuitton getting a denim that's already made and custom. Depends on the client.
Okay.
So if I have a client that, some of my clients only want to wear Christian Dior or Louis Vuitton or something like that, so I'll custom a jacket for that they have. Or they want a raw denim, or they want a Levi denim, I'll custom that for them as well.
Okay.
Or I'll do Tatiana Gabriel collection style and find denim everywhere and make your own jacket for yourself. Add fur, feathers, whatever.
Okay. Nice. Okay.
So it's just making the clothing art.
Okay. And what do you feel like is the biggest misconception people have about art fashion design?
That they can do it after they woke up and decided they wanted to. Some of these things are really like it. In order for me to tell you that you can have a good 5 washes, 6 washes regular before any cracking or anything of the paint, it's because it took me 3 years to figure out how my mixtures were, my sealers were, that would make it so that my art would stay on the clothes.
Oh.
So it's not just hey, I decided to paint on clothes today. It actually took me a long time to put my formula together to make sure that I can send you off and you have what you pay for.
So how long do your pieces actually last? Since you
I will always promise you 6 washes, but there's some things that I watch. Like I tell you, gentle cycle, just because I'm an artist, so I can wash it any kind of way I want to wash it because I can fix it.
Okay.
But some of my stuff I've had for a year, washing them once a week, and nothing's gone wrong.
Oh, wow.
But I'll test it and give you a guaranteed 6 gentle washes, because it just depends. Sometimes, depending if someone's really rough with something, my pieces are for the night you hold on to that piece to wear. Okay. Sometimes some people, don't care about spending that much money on my stuff and they want to wear it every week as a jean jacket.
Yeah.
So the people like that, they probably only have a guaranteed 6.
Okay.
Because they're not placing their jacket back in their garment bag they received when they got it. They're not taking care of it. It is art.
Yes.
So it just really depends on the person. But I'll guarantee you, if you're a horrible person, still got 6 washes before it goes crazy. Okay. Me, I wash my stuff regular. Works out for me for the whole year before I start feeling like I got to do anything.
Wow.
But I came up with that formula. Was very difficult.
Okay. And it took you 3 years.
Trial and error.
Okay.
Of doing it on my own clothes before I would sell it to anyone.
So it's not just somebody picking up a paintbrush and just painting on something. No. It took you actual experimenting and everything to get it right, so that when someone buys your stuff, it's not going to wear out.
Yes.
Good to know. Okay. So did you always know that you wanted to do fashion art, or is it something you just fell into?
I'm just an artist all around. So it was which one was going to take where I needed to go. Yes. And to help fund everything else.
So I know that you said that you started off with like the boxes and the glasses. What made you one day just be like, oh, let me try clothes?
It's a funny story. One of my friends invited me to her birthday party, and I knew all of her friends were going to be like, Christian Dior down and Louis V down, the whole thing. And I'm just like, it's not that I can't do those things. I just don't wear those things all the time. If you have it on, it's probably a secret you don't know. You know what I mean? Like, yeah. And I wanted to stand out, and because of my different size and everything that I have going on with me, I always do custom. So I said, you know what? I want to wear, the first jacket I think I made was Jessica Rabbit.
Okay.
And I wanted to wear it with these red shoes that I had. So I was like, oh, Jessica Rabbit's red. So let me make my denim jacket red, like just Jessica Rabbit.
Mm-hmm.
That was a hit. That was the jacket Patricia Field bought, the Jessica Rabbit, right, from my runway show.
Mm-hmm.
I had somebody else make their logo after it.
Mm-hmm.
Like, so that was that just started it for me. Like, I kept
Okay.
going. So when I would go to shows or different big events, everyone would want to buy it right off of me. I started doing Art Basel, and like, I never made it home with my clothes.
That's crazy.
I mean, my regular basic stuff. But I had my pants, I knew everything. But like the jacket I wore out or the shirt I wore out, somebody bought it off of me by the time I came home. So that's what kind of pushed me towards incorporating art fashions to sell to other people. I just wanted to be the only one with my own outfit.
Okay.
And then it became, I never made it home. So I was like, I
This
love
is the
money.
hitter.
This is good.
Yes.
So I didn't realize people would really like my stuff. I do different kind of things.
Right.
And plus, I've always never saw the representation of me on clothes.
Okay.
And I always wanted to be represented on clothes. So when, everyone was going crazy over Bart Simpson and all kind of stuff, I started making my characters my color.
Okay.
Then I started seeing it on Jamaica Avenue. They started, spraying it, airbrush spraying and stuff.
Yeah.
So, I just thought it was cool and I continued.
Okay.
So I always just wanted to see the characters how I saw them. Like
how
me.
you saw them. Okay. Very nice. So when did you discover that you loved art or wanted to be an artist?
From childhood.
But when was that specific moment?
I was 5, and there was an artist that was at my house. His name was George. I wish I knew George's last name to tell you. But George was doing textured ceilings. We always had different ceilings in our home. Okay. Every room had a different texture.
Okay.
And he taught me how to do the textured ceiling.
Oh.
And I helped him do the living room. And from there, I've never had a regular ceiling ever again in my life. Like, except for this one because we didn't finish. But... that's the most regular it is for now. But that's what really, I felt different. I felt free.
Okay.
And I realized I didn't want to just look at the art. I wanted to actually make it.
To be an artist. Mm-hmm. Man. And so since you are an actual artist, how does your own culture, you've expressed that you're Haitian, how does that play a role in your art?
So I'm a Haitian artist, and Haitian art is something that is just unmatched. Like, when I went to Haiti when I was younger and I watched a man make his colors, not with paint, he made the green with the grass. Like, what? He made the red with the mud on the floor. Like, and it was the most amazing thing I had ever seen because, as a kid, I'm an American kid inside the class. I'm Haitian American. So,
yeah.
All the stuff is there. All the supplies are there. So to me, I would get annoyed if I had to mix my color. And when I saw this man make a color with natural, this is not paint. I said, okay. I said, this is very different. And I want to be a part of it.
Okay. So how did you incorporate that Haitian creativity into what you do now?
I think that's just something that's naturally built in because when I got that top 20 coming out of Haiti, I thought my stuff wasn't going to be what I normally saw as Haitian art.
Okay.
My stuff that I made, I never saw in my household in our collection. It wasn't the same kind of stuff. But they still acknowledged it. They saw the degree of, I had made a 3D painting. Okay. I didn't know if anyone would know it was 3D. And the first thing that they said was, is this 3D? And I said, oh, you can tell this is absolutely. Then I shadow boxed it and everything. And so, I didn't know if I fit in, but I ended up fitting in.
Oh. Now, what is Haitian art for people that don't know?
Haitian art, it's just a Haitian, someone who's from Haiti who's making art. I don't know how to explain it any kind of way, but Haitian art, the stuff in my house, we had a lot of still life. We had a lot of stuff that also was abstract also, but it's the colors. It's very Caribbean. It's very islandy vibe. Like, I notice when I go to Bahamas, the art looks similar.
Okay.
Those kind of things. So it's just, it gives you island vibes. It's showing you the culture. Art imitates life. Yes. So a lot of the paintings that we have were spiritual. Okay. There were some that were the market. The market is a very famous thing that people love to draw. Okay. So it's beautiful to me. Yes. But that's what it is. And then the woman's body. I noticed, like, sometimes, growing up here, everybody's always offended by the woman's body. But in Haiti, it was never like that. Like, in Islanders, like, in general, it's very normal. woman, you have breasts, you have butt, you have those things. Men have this, they have that. It's not like a big deal how here everything is like, oh, naked body. It's not like that.
Yes.
So, like, even the art, we have a lot. I have so many naked in my bathroom. My bathroom is always themed with naked women. It's the most beautiful thing. I'm straight as they come.
Yeah.
But nothing against anybody. But I'm as straight as they come. But it's a beauty. It's art to me.
It's art.
And I noticed that a lot in my household and my family's household, the friends that we had, they like in the bathrooms was always a naked woman, a beautiful naked woman.
Oh.
So, that's.
They just appreciate the beauty of a woman. Okay.
So, and it wasn't vulgar. It wasn't, anything like that. It was just the beauty of the curves.
Okay.
So, and then just showing our ancestors. I noticed that a lot. You see like the ancestors inside the paintings. Like a lot of paintings we have 3 women in them. I don't know if that's just by coincidence or what it was, but it's just a different thing. I'm telling you, I was changed once I saw that man making his colors with the natural elements.
And how old were you again when you saw it?
I was 5.
When you saw the man painting in Haiti? Okay.
Because I 5 years old. I don't know. It changed my life with the whole thing with art. I didn't know that's, as a Haitian kid, I was pushed doctor. But I secretly took a double major in the arts as well.
Oh.
Because I never got over it. I loved it.
You knew that's what you wanted.
I had one of my cousins here, and she was talking about it when I had my grand opening. And she said, we used to always think it was cute. Like, she's doodling, drawing all day. Those kind of things. It was cute. And she said, and then we started to really realize in college, like, she was taking this very serious. And, like, my pieces were different.
Yes.
I was, actually was studying it for real. Okay. I realized how far I could go, how well I could draw. I didn't know I could draw that well. Okay. Until I pushed myself.
Now, studying it, what is that? Can you kind of go into a little deeper, like techniques that you learned, or like
you learn how to draw with. See, people don't understand. You can draw with a pencil, you can draw with charcoal, you can draw with a marker. Very different to draw with paint. Okay. And a paintbrush. Paintbrush is like drawing with 1,000 pencils to get it to be nice in those lines and everything. You can draw. People can draw all day long, but it's very different to be someone who can draw and then someone that can paint. Okay. They're 2 different things. It's something that you have to practice. It's something that you have to work on.
Now, do you do both, and you just love paint? And
I do all of it.
You do all of it.
But I studied all of that stuff in school.
Oh.
And then I took it further as a kid. I researched my craft. I try to learn the new things and keep going. I'm sure I could be better. Everyone can. So that's always the goal.
Okay. Now we're sitting in your shop here at Skateboard Miami. What has been your journey to get here? What has your journey been like?
It wasn't easy. You got to believe in yourself before anybody else can believe in you. So a lot of people didn't understand why I needed a physical shop because of the way internet goes right now. Okay. But my stuff is different. I'm not a retail shop. So it makes it different for people to be able to come in and get their custom done and to actually feel the paint and to see. I actually hand stud everything that I do. Right. So most people, when you go get a studded jacket, it's a strip that they've sewn on, ironed on, or anything. I actually use tools, put them all in. They're not coming out. Like, it's in there. Okay. So I needed a store to show people what was actually going on.
Can you go in a little deeper as to what you mean, like the retail shop? So if people were to come and see that, you said this is not a retail shop. So what is it exactly?
It's more of a boutique.
A boutique. Okay.
Yeah. So I mean, that's what they call it. But to me, it's Tatiana Gabriel collection. Okay. Because I sell more than just clothes. I also do like my ceramic skulls that are.
Oh, this is yours. Mm-hmm. Oh, I didn't know that.
Everything in here is mine. So I do the canvas that's in here, what's drawn on the wall, the hats, the jackets, everything. Oh, so I have frames that are painted, everything.
You painted this and added the jewels. Oh, okay. I did not. All the times I've been in here, I did not know that was her. So I'm glad she highlighted that.
Put that as their centerpieces on their desk.
Yes.
I used to just have one for myself.
Right.
And then when people started coming to my home or when I had my new studio that was in Charlotte,
yes,
they were like, "Oh my God, you make these?" And I'm like, "Yeah." And then I started getting orders.
And you started selling them. Okay.
Everything always is for myself first, and then people get in. I just try to be a little different and unique. So doing that is what made people really get into what I was
Made you
doing.
what you want. Mm-hmm. So now I know that you say that you're, excuse me, an artist first, right? And then you kind of got into the clothing and the drawing. So since you've been into the fashion industry, what is your perception of the fashion industry? Now, real and honest.
I feel like there's a hazing that happens. I'm
Now,
also, okay, let's be real honest. I'm a Black woman.
yes.
Now, for Black women, it can be very difficult for us to break into anything because that's just the way the world is.
Yeah.
Now, I'm not playing anybody's victim. I know exactly what it is that I have to do, and I know I have to give 20 times more.
Right.
Wrong or right, I know what I have to do.
Mm-hmm.
So, coming in, it was difficult because I think people didn't understand. They thought I was just switching to clothes, right?
Okay.
I've always done clothes.
Okay.
I just wasn't doing it for the masses. So,
okay.
and I've always been an artist. This is not my first time at the rodeo. It's 16 years from my first show.
Mm-hmm.
That's my first show. That's not me saying, you know, how I'm not telling my age here. But, but you know, that's not telling. I've been doing this, like I said, since 5.
Okay.
I have been creating things. My parents would let me draw in my closet and do the doors inside my rooms where people couldn't see. I've always been creating.
Okay.
So the difficulties are just making people believe. But what I realize is the more I believe in myself and stop worrying about other people, God takes the other percentage, I'm telling you. So there are difficulties, yes. But I just regroup, try not to get offended.
Okay.
Because you can be very offended in this situation.
In the fashion industry?
In anything. Like even, you know, I tend to be last until I have to prove myself.
Yes.
It's not automatic like it may be automatic for other people.
I
have to prove myself every single step of the way. Keep pushing.
Have you seen it kind of open a little bit more for Black women in the fashion industry, or do you think it's still kind of closed off to Black designers?
We have so much talent that it's only a few being highlighted.
Really?
So it's still not open.
Okay.
It's still not open.
It's not open to what you think it should be?
Not yet.
Okay.
It's not there.
Okay.
I mean, granted, my hard work has paid off a lot. My networking has helped even more.
Okay.
So, you know, it's very hard for the person who can't get themselves out there.
Okay.
It's very difficult for the Black woman. It's a difficult thing. That's just difficult for us.
Yes.
You know, so some of us look at Misa. Misa changed the whole game in rap videos. She started with Jodeci. She changed that whole game. It's now that she's getting her flowers. Should have got her flowers for the past 20 years.
Yeah, that's
You understand
true.
what I'm saying? Like for the
do.
past 20, she changed what videos look like. I'm very glad she's getting it now. Look at Dapper Don. He's not a Black woman, but he's a Black man. These people changed the game. This is what we were wearing. You couldn't go anywhere in New York and it wasn't influenced by the two of them. So there's the difficulties right there that it takes so long.
Okay.
This is my 16th year.
Yes.
I know I'm a star. Y'all catching up to me. And that's not me being arrogant or anything like that.
Not
this
at all.
is me knowing what I've done.
Your worth.
Me knowing what I've gone through, what deals I have gotten, all those kind of things. Now maybe small to somebody else, but they're huge to me. And just like I bring up Lisa, it's a perfect example. She's doing wonderful. But it took too long. It took too long for them to give her flowers.
I agree. Okay.
So in that way, we are not there yet.
Okay. Okay.
She just got hers, so it may look like it. You know, that's a distraction sometimes because they finally got look at Will Smith. This guy has Oscar. Are you serious?
He's been in it for so long.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
You get what I mean?
I do.
Look at Hallie. She's only Black girl. Are you serious? And she got it from Monsters Ball. She crawled on the floor. Are you serious? You know what I'm saying?
Have to do
it's the stuff that we have to do. So look at me. Like, this is all part of my decisions also because I could have got a boutique in the corner somewhere and it would have taken me 2 years for you to hear me. But, you know, sometimes you got to do the smart thing and partner up with different, you know, groups and companies and stuff that will help show you to other people to make it safe, to make it nice, to make it easy. It's what it is. Yeah. You know, and we're breaking barriers every day, and I hope that I feel like the next 5 years are going to change everything. Okay. I really do. We're not far, it's around the corner. Yes. But unity is the thing that makes the difference.
Oh, powerful.
It's the unity that makes a difference.
So true.
So when you stand behind somebody that you see, everyone stood behind Dapper Dan. He should have been got his flowers. It's a legend. what, Gucci came and got him after they had played themselves? I was Gucci gang, Gucci gang. This is, I'm not trying to bring anything, but you know what I mean. After they played themselves, this is when he gets his flowers. So we have to do better.
Okay.
And we all went behind each other for all these things. You see, everybody who's winning now is because we all got together behind these people. So the problem is we have to all. Well, the solution is we have to just all band together and
be united.
Move. We have to unite it. Be a united front and move together.
Stop competing and be united.
Yes. What's for you is for you.
Yes.
And I think people forget that. What is for you is for you. There's no competition in there.
Yes.
If someone's competing with you, that has nothing to do with you.
Right.
Regroup. I told you earlier before we started.
Yes,
I had to regroup and realize that that's the devil. And there's nobody who can compete with me. So someone can copy everything that I'm doing. They can do it down to the T, but what's for me is always gonna come.
I agree with you on that.
So I had to regroup and realize that, don't worry about these people and what they're trying to do. They're not me.
Yes. What's meant for you is gonna be for you. Okay. Now you've mentioned that you've been doing this for 16 years. What has that experience been like for you, and what have you learned about yourself through the process?
That's kind of piggybacking on what I was saying before. It's lonely sometimes. You have to make sure that you have your own team.
Okay.
That's what I've learned. You have to make sure that you have somebody that's going to assist you to get. I can play any role. I can be the janitor all the way to the CEO. So I like to surround myself with people who don't mind playing every role.
Okay.
I also learned that I can do it, honey. There has been days where I didn't sleep trying to get ready for shows and people canceling me last minute. I know through all of that I can do anything because I've been put in positions where people left me to drown and I flourished and won the race.
Wow.
So it's really all has to do with what you feel about yourself, what you believe in yourself to do.
Yes.
It's what I'm telling you, I've been on my last legs. Okay. Like this is the last show that I had was the first time I actually was dressed for my show. It's the first time I got to watch one of my shows.
Wow.
Because I do everything behind in the background because I want it to look a certain way. I want it to work out. And people cancel on you. People will say that they're there for you and all that kind of stuff, and they're not.
They're not.
And I had to learn that networking is just as important as my craft and my skill. Because the networking got me into rooms that my skill didn't. Okay. That made people realize what I do.
That's a good point.
So it's equal. Everything is balanced.
Okay. Perfect. Now, since you've been in this industry, again, like we said, 16 years, but a hot minute, why do you feel the fashion industry is the way it is?
Well, body image is a big thing.
Okay.
So sometimes people think that, they've been pushing this skinny thing forever, right? Now they're pushing this fake body thing forever. Yes. So that's why the fashion industry is the way it is. And people try to cover themselves, mask themselves with clothes a lot of times. Okay. And some people express themselves with clothes a lot of times. So there's different things that clothes do for us. Right. So I couldn't tell you why some of these houses are the way that they are, honey. But I want to get away from those things, and that's why I separate myself with custom. Oh, okay. Don't get me wrong, Louis Vuitton, I'm waiting for the call because I'm definitely the next female Virgil. I'm dead serious. Like, I'm waiting for the call. Okay. But it's people start feeling themselves and don't understand why they got into it. I think sometimes. Okay. Fashion is to make people feel happy about what they have on, make them feel like a different person, people they want to be. So when someone comes in here, this is your moment. Like you getting the whole experience. I'm not charging you money for nothing. You're gonna get fitted. You're gonna feel good. We're gonna do something flattering. I'm not gonna let you go outside with something that's too tight or too big. So I think people have lost that part in the fashion. Okay. Right now it's just been comparing labels and all those kind of things, and then they're not looking at the quality of the clothes. Okay. So I think that's what's changed. You have to look at the quality. Nice. So now that we're still speaking about fashion, we all know that this is one of my collections. I love it. And one of my dresses is in her shop as well. Yes. But when you see this, what's your impression? When you see it, what do you think? I would think that you don't really care what other people say, and that you're going to wear something that you think is beautiful on you. Okay. I do think that. Okay.
I like that.
Mhm.
Thank
You
you.
know, we're living in a saturated world of everyone's got to wear the same thing. It's got to be the same brand. It's got to be,
Yes.
we live in that kind of world where I mix up all my stuff. Don't get me wrong. I love me a designer.
Mm-hmm.
See, what I'm doing is different. I'm selling packs. So
What you mean by
some of y'all
packs?
might understand what a pack is.
I was like, yeah, you may want to explain what pack is.
So like, I'll do a collab with someone. There's only 5 of those.
Okay.
So you might be lucky enough to get one of those 5. Keep
Okay.
that thing in good condition because somebody's gonna want that jacket in a couple of years as my name keeps going bigger, and you can resell your jacket.
Okay.
Or you can pop out your jacket again, and you've got one of the 5 out of the collection from Tatiana Gable collection.
Okay.
So if I do like a collab, you see how I have your dress here, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I do a collab on that dress, right? You got 5 of those dresses. We're not gonna sell any more of those dresses, right?
Yep.
So now everyone's scrambling because they see these 5 dresses, and they want that one of those 5 dresses. So now we can auction off one of those dresses and get an obscene amount of money. I've done it before.
Okay.
So I focus on collections because I'm an actual accomplished artist.
Okay.
So it's a little different.
Different.
It's
Okay.
very different than me just doing regular retail. Like my t-shirts, sweatshirts, those go out all day. But the custom, I do 175 custom denim jackets per year. That's it.
Now your logo is a skull, which we know that won you a competition for the 3D art. Does the skull have any specific meaning to you or any purpose behind it?
I like skulls. People like to think it's something totally different. But the real reason why I drew skulls is because I never knew I could do it. I took my first art class I took in college.
Mm-hmm.
My professor, she put a skull in front of me, the anatomy. We were studying the anatomy of a human being,
Mm-hmm.
and she said, "Draw that." And I said, "I can't draw that with all those details and all those lines and everything." I said, "I can't do it." She said, "Of course you can." And she forced me to do that as my project for me to get my grade. And that's the skull that I have right here. It's the same skull.
Oh, wow.
So I did that. I was wowed because I
Mm-hmm.
didn't know I could draw that way.
Okay.
I used to draw like things that people would ask me were different. I would do graffiti stuff, bubble letter stuff. Like I always did characters and things like that. I would draw people I knew, but I'm not a portrait artist.
Okay.
I can do it, but I don't like it.
Okay.
It takes a lot of time for me. It's not something that was fun.
Mm-hmm.
And then when she put that skull in front of me, she gave me a whole skeleton. I was like, "Honey, you want me to do this in charcoal?" And I just didn't think I could do it. And the fact that I did do it, I was so proud of myself, and it made me believe that I could draw anything.
It's interesting how you mentioned how your family pushed for a doctor, and then you drew a skull and like that's your logo. So it's interesting.
I didn't even think about it like that.
I know. I was like, but no, it's interesting how it kind of all played into your, your purpose.
That's so crazy. I never even thought about that part.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I'm still gonna be a doctor.
Yeah, you mentioned that you wanted to be a doctor when you're 50, right?
Yeah, I feel like this is the time for me right now to focus on my art.
Okay.
Because I think at 50, it's not the same. I'm not gonna be outside promoting this.
You know what I mean?
I always did want to be a psychiatrist, so I think at 50, 55, depending on how this goes, I'll go back to school.
You're gonna do psychiatry, is what you want to do? Okay.
The brain. I've always been fascinated with how the mind.
So back to your skull, how does that play into your brand, like your custom brand that you promote?
Let me tell you, I follow God's sprinkles, and that skull made me believe that I was an artist.
Okay.
That skull got me top 20. Everyone else had like 7 submissions, 5 submissions for that competition. I got in with that one painting.
Wow.
And I felt like I had to give homage to that one painting.
Okay.
And so I kept it as my logo. That's what got me everywhere.
Okay.
It made me believe in myself, and it made other people believe in me.
Okay.
So if it ain't broke, don't fix it. So I stuck with it. I made it my signature tee, and that's what it is.
Okay. So I know throughout our conversation, you've talked a lot about how you're not retail, you're custom. What does your brand represent? Like, what are you trying to promote to your clients or future clients? What do you want them to know about your brand?
It's all inclusive, and
okay.
I want my brand to make you feel special. When people come and they get a custom from me, the smile that I see is a very different type of smile.
Okay.
It's like I bring hope to the tiny little skinny girl who doesn't think, that she's got to order like kids clothes to wear, you know what I mean, to look cute.
Yes.
Or to the girl who's scared to go and try on something because she feels like she might not fit it. So I feel like I give hope in that, and then I also let people be who they want to be. So it's like, sometimes we all feel like we have to compete with each other, and we all go. I keep shouting out big names. I'm not trying to knock them because I like them too. But it's like, oh, because Balenciaga is hot right now, everybody's gonna wear Balenciaga. And to me, that it's a wash. It washes out everybody's personalities. It's not like me. I'll mix it in there. I'm not wearing the whole thing from the mannequin. What happens is people get lazy, and clothes helps to define your personality as well. You don't have to have $1 million. It's the way you put it on. It's the way you carry yourself in it, and it's the way you walk around. So I want people to know when they come in here that you're gonna get an experience. You're gonna get exactly what you like, and you get to enjoy it. It's art also. Some people some people don't have canvas and stuff on it up in their walls or anything like this. This, you wear your jacket 4 times, you give it a break, we shadow box it, you put it on the wall, it's art. So you're getting a 2 for 1.
Yeah.
And when you're ready, you break that glass. Emergency, you got somewhere you gotta go. Art Basel 2023, you break that glass, you're ready to roll, honey. So, just giving you, it's a vibe. Like me, when I put on my clothes, I feel happy.
Okay.
And I notice for everybody else that puts on something, they get excited because it's something different.
Yes.
And it can stand out. I like to stand out. Okay. I don't like to be on the same factory line as everybody else. So for anyone who doesn't want to be on the same factory line as everybody else, this is a great option.
Okay. Now you led into my next question was you're talking about when people come into your shop and it's the experience. What is the unique experience or memorable experience that you want people to have when they come into your store?
Well, I try to sit down and do different kind of marketing schemes all the time. I don't know if it's called a scheme, but just marketing. So like I had a sip and shop. I had 3 drinks that were named after me for the sip and shop. I had people come, they had drinks, they had conversation, and they shopped. They were very comfortable and happy. It was an evening. Okay. So it was their outing for that evening. Okay. And they had to go nowhere else. Yeah. So you're going to experience a vibe. There's music that's playing when you come in here. I always got candles so you have a different smell. Sometimes you have to escape from what's happening on the outside. And I feel like I try to give people what works for me. Okay. So I know when I walk in here, I made it so that this is like, doesn't matter what's happened before I've come in here. Once I come in here, I feel inspired. Okay. And I also feel happy. Okay. So I'm trying to translate and transfer all of that. Oh, okay. Because you happy, make me happier. Okay. Now, I just came to one of your fashion shows that you did for the grand opening, and your family showed up and showed out when they were here. Now, is family really, like, how important of a role is family in your life? Oh, it's a huge, huge, huge thing for me. I do that for them. I do that for them to be happy to experience whatever I'm experiencing. This is not just for me. So I do it so my niece is happy and she sees she could do something different with herself. I was blessed to see different roles of different women in front of me. So I'll give you an example. There's one of my friends that I know, and I know she's a great woman. Her name's Catherine Bruton. She showed me something different. I had never seen a woman who was able to do her business the way she handles her business in the music industry, and how favored she is, and how, a lot of people don't talk about God. She talks about God. So I was able to identify with someone who acknowledges God. Like, you understand what I mean? And hard work. And, she'll sit there and clean up with you. She'll sit there, you know what I mean? Like, yeah. I was able to get an example of stuff I was doing, but not at her level. And also just being patient, being able to stand in a room with men, being able to have conversation, and you're heard. Changer for me was for the first 5 years, I was doing a lot of this stuff a little secretly because, my family wants me to be a doctor, all those kind of things. And yes. I was doing this secretly, honey. And it was hard. And then as soon as I believed in myself more and made my family a believer in me, I mean, the opportunities wouldn't stop rolling. The opportunities wouldn't stop coming.
Wow.
That competition I got in was my father who called me and told me about that competition for me to be top 20 in 2015.
Oh, okay.
So he had no hookup, no nothing, but he knows this is what I'm trying to do.
Okay.
So I was vocal about what I'm trying to do now, and
Mhm.
even though they're like, oh god, you know what I mean? They realized I was very serious about this whole thing, and they really helped me with it. My mother will sit in that sewing room with me
Mhm.
and sew the whole time. My mother helps me like no other. Like
Wow.
no other. She made my whole train for that show.
Yes.
I bleached all the stuff for her, but she sewed it for me because, sometimes it gets a lot for me to do the
Yes.
sewing and the painting. My mother helps me.
Okay.
When I had a show, my first show, when I had my first New York Fashion Week with Jerry Wonder, my designer canceled on me 14 days before my show. That was such a big deal for me to get that show. I was only supposed to be showing my canvas and my art. That's what made me really. See, those kind of things, I don't think I tell this story enough. I got canceled. My two designers canceled on me. I had one that he canceled on me 14 days before my New York Fashion Week, where I was going to be exhibiting my paintings and my collection. So, in order for me to incorporate my art into Fashion Week, I had to have designers. Now, at this time, I wasn't a designer yet. This is just me making my own clothes and doing my own stuff and making my own jackets.
Okay.
And when he canceled on me, I was actually in Atlanta working on a different project. I had just traveled from Jamaica and had 14 days. I had to finish doing what I was doing. So now by the time I got back to Charlotte, I only had 7 days.
Okay.
I called my whole family. They all met me there. My niece met me at 1 o'clock in the morning. And my sister met me, and we all started working. Me, my sister, my mother, my nieces, my nephews. Everybody was in there helping me stud, helping me sew, helping me everything, modeling for me. My family is always half of my models. I have a good looking family, so I go right there in house. And I get my family. We all try to, my thing is I want us to win. So if I have any kind of platform that I feel like any of us can win in, we're gonna do it. When I first started this, I didn't have an assistant. My niece played my assistant. My niece Tajma saved me.
Wow.
I'm talking about she'll pack the car, unpack the car, model, get the clothes together, go get the food. I mean, she'll do everything. And this is because she believes in me.
Oh.
So family, I couldn't have done it without my cousin Christina, one of the biggest bankers. This girl's over here with me when we were doing art battles. I didn't have a floor. I didn't have anything. Every day we had to go back and forth for all of these clothes. Every day she did it with me.
Wow.
She also helped me with all my finance stuff, everything. She also mentors me through those programs for business owners. All of that stuff is my family doing that for me.
Wow. Now, a lot of people don't have that.
I was blessed.
You were.
But I'm good to people. And I think people forget you have to be good to people. I have some family members that wouldn't even throw water on me or piss on me if I was on fire. I have those. I have those that don't, that have, I've never been bad to them. I've only been there to help them, help their kids, those kind of things. But they wouldn't help me. They were in positions where they could help me and it never helped me. I do have those.
Okay.
But those don't matter. Because the ones I do have that will do anything for me, my sister has 4 children. She will take all my pictures. She will model for me. She will wrap all these canvas and all that stuff with bubble wrap. It's very difficult stuff to do. I don't pay my family a dime, and they still buy stuff for me.
What?
I don't pay them a dime. Don't get me wrong. I slide them things and dime. You know what I mean? But they don't want anything specifically for the work that they're doing for me.
Wow.
You understand what I'm saying?
Yes.
So, and they'll still call me for. My mother will sew my stuff and pay for her order.
What?
Because she knows what it is to be an entrepreneur.
Yeah.
She'll sell it and still pay me what I'm worth. That's the thing. When people will pay you what you're worth, you won't let anybody else not pay you what you're worth.
Yes.
I couldn't have 2 nickels I'm trying to rub together, honey. I'm not going to sell you my stuff under what the value is.
Right.
But I have had somebody come here. I had a girl who came here. I'm talking about since I opened this store. Every week she would come and see about this vest. The vest was $400, right? And that was me being nice to her. And every week she's, oh God, is the vest still here? I'm waiting for my income tax, right? So I was like, man, you really love this vest. When she came back, she said, man, I only got $200. And I said, you know what? Because she wanted to do a payment plan. I said, you know what? Take it.
We're closing out. What are your last closing comments, or what do you really want to communicate, or any advice that you have to people?
My last closing statement.
And no knocking the mic for the last
No
closing
knocking
comment.
the mic for the last time. I'm just gonna just hold mic. Believe in yourself. Believe in yourself and work hard. Work smart too. Like you don't have to kill yourself, but believe in yourself. Be kind to people. Those favors come back. Sometimes people think it's all about money. It isn't. Money will come. It's about favor. Favor is more than money. Favor will bring you into a room that you never thought you could sit in, that God ordained for you. And it's just, count your blessings, be grateful. I try to live in the spirit of abundance and gratefulness. And that's been carrying me and giving me the things that I've asked for. And be very intentional about your movements and how you treat people makes a difference. So that's my final statement.
I love it.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. I thoroughly enjoyed my time spending
thank
time
you.
with you for the interview. If you haven't told, we really enjoyed ourselves. It was laughs.
Yeah, we laughed. It was fun.
She's such a real and honest person. I encourage anybody that's in Miami to come check out her shop or make an appointment with her since she does customs.
You'll take walk-ins though.
Yes, yeah, whatever she, provides. But I really feel like people should come check her out. She's real, authentic, original, and just a joy to be around.
Thank you.
So really come in and check her out. But I appreciate you checking into this Uniquely Victoria presentation. Stay tuned for the additional interviewees that I have coming. And again, thank you, Tatiana, for coming and being a part of The Juice Rise and Shine.
Well, thank you for having me. And you can check me on Instagram, Tatiana always.
Yes, and I will have that on the video and in the comments.
Well, thank you. I appreciate it. I feel blessed and I'm happy you considered me.
Yes, I thank you so much. All right.